Shortest trip to Earth. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words of the developer. Shortest Trip to Earth is a roguelike spaceship simulator focused on exploration, ship management and tactical battles. Embark on a perilous journey across the universe while an intergalactic war is raging.
You'd be forgiven for looking at this and thinking you were looking at FTL 2. This is not Faster Than Light 2. This is a different company altogether, but it's very, very similar game. There's a lot more to this than there was to FTL, and on paper that seems like a great thing, but in reality I don't think it is. I think there's a lot of work needed on this. It is in early access and there's a lot of work needed. Basically what you do the same as you do in FTL. You board a ship at the beginning, it's your ship, you buy a load of modules with all the perk points that you've got. You start off I think with 20, you get allocated a load of different crew members, you can't pick them, you're just given them, and then you buy your modules, put your modules in your ship, such as scanners, such as guns. You might have lasers that won't penetrate a shield, or you might have nukes that will penetrate a shield, or projectiles that will penetrate a shield. You've then got your reactor, you've got your engines, you've got your med bay, you've got your cryo sleep chambers, you've got your big storage places. You might have droids, so you might have a droid repair place. You've got a lot of stuff, fuel tanks, all kinds of stuff on your ship, and this is what you buy with modules that help you on your journey. And on your journey you'll come across planets where there might be some aliens that you talk to, there might be some places to explore, you might get attacked. It's all RNG'd. You might get a lot of resources off there, and you do need resources. You need fuel, you need food, you need metals, you need synthetics, you need all kinds of stuff for repairing, for feeding your crew, for fueling your ship. You need ammunition in the form of explosives. There's a lot of commodities in this, and the only way of getting them without buying them from trading stations is to actually do things on planets, scavenge old derelict ships. Whatever you find on your journey, investigate it. But like I say, it's RNG that could bite you in the ass. You could come across stuff where you lose crew members, where you get your ship damaged, where you lose half of your actual inventory. Just things happen, shit happens. Then of course there's other hostile races, there's pirates, there's other factions who some will attack you on sight, some will say, hey, we're going to blow the shit out of you unless you give us a whole load of your money. You know, there's a lot of stuff like that going on. You'll get boarded when you do have a fight and have people running around blowing your crew up and your modules on your ship. There's a lot of shit goes down homes in this game. And this is where it kind of falls flat for me, because the micromanagement of this game is ridiculous. The interface is clunky and horrible as well. You can't rebind your keys for a start. It is early access, but bloody hell, man, that's a basic. But the problem I've found is when you're in combat with other ships, yes, you can pause the game, which is kind of essential at the beginning. You're constantly looking, where's his shield module? There's so much on the ships to look for. Where's his gun? That's his gun there, that's his shield, or there's his engine, so I'll disable that. And then you click on which gun's going to fire where and all that, and setting it all up takes a few minutes. Then you unpause, and then you suddenly find out that he's got 3 guys beamed onto your ship, and everybody's running around chaotically on your ship, and it's hard to even tell who the hell's who. Trying to click on your guy to tell him what to do. They will automatically defend themselves and fight, but they're getting stuck on corners, they're getting stuck on modules, they're shooting stuff that's not there. It's a whole load of, it just seems like a big fucking mess when they board your ship. It's horrible compared to FTL. They need to overhaul the boarding, I think. It's tragic at the minute. The actual combat in the ships, it just seems that every ship you come across has weapons that'll just cut straight through your shields, so your shields kind of only last a few seconds, which kind of sucks. I mean, you can put some of your crew members, assign them to shields, and if they have sort of high control, they will recharge your shields quicker. Same with gunnery, you can assign guys to the gunnery, and if they've got good gunnery skills, you'll reload faster and all of that. Some of it doesn't even make sense. I put a med bay and it just didn't do anything, and you're risking that module kind of during a fight getting damaged, so I just kind of took it out, and then after a battle just put it in and then let them use it. You know, it was kind of pointless, just, you know, just having modules in there that's just going to get damaged because it costs valuable materials to get them repaired. Just keep them in your storage, and then after a battle put them in. It only takes seconds. It's just kind of odd. Another thing with the RNG in the actual battles is that if a nuke gets through your shield, which it will because it just penetrates straight through your shield, if that hits your reactor, it's game over. Doesn't matter how much you've invested in your ship, if your reactor gets blown up, and a nuke will one-shot it. That's it. So again, RNG dictates whether you're going to have a long game or a short game at this. It's brutally hard as well, guys, because as you go through and you make all the decisions when you run into different races and all that, you will get perk points for some of the decisions you make. If they're good decisions, you might get a perk point. And you can't use these perk points in the current game that you're on. But when you die, and you will die a lot, you then restart the game and you get your base perks again, which is what you got before, the 20 points, but then you'll get whatever you earned on the last run through. So let's say you earned 14 extra points on your last run through, you'll now have 34 points to spend at the beginning, which means your ship is better equipped when it goes out that time than the next time. You've been able to buy more stuff for your ship, maybe more weapons and stuff like that. So it is roguelite. It is kind of that type of game, which is good. I like that kind of stuff. But to me, the micromanagement, the clunkiness of it is just, it became more of a chore. In fact, as I was playing this game, I actually wanted to go and play FTL. It made me want to go and play FTL. I got fucked over so many times of awful RNG, especially with fuel. The amount of times I was running out of fuel, I think 3 games in a row I ran out of fuel. And then the next game I was running around with hundreds and hundreds of fuels. You know, it was just, you go to gas giants where you can harvest fuel and there was nothing there. Then I'd go to another one, oh, there's nothing there. Then I'd kill a ship and then there was no salvage. And it was just constantly one after another of bad fucking luck with RNG. Then the next game it's like, oh yeah, there's 100 fuel there. Oh, another 100 there. Oh, skim that. Yeah, you got another 100 fuel. Oh, you killed him there. There's 52 fuel there. It was just, they were throwing fuel ladders. It's all over the place. It's just, really is. It's not an enjoyable game at the minute. There's just, you're constantly clicking around trying to find the right module. There's just too much. I think there's just too much going on. It doesn't feel as personal as FTL did. I mean, FTL, it just played in a logical way, but in this game, I've found myself farming SOS beacons. You've got an SOS beacon on your ship, and you know, I ran out of fuel, pressed it, a trader came, and I traded a little bit of fuel with him. But also a pirate then came, and I thought, oh, I can draw pirates to my SOS beacon. So I just kept pressing SOS, more pirates would turn up, and I just keep killing them over and over again to get resources off them. And it's just, is that the way you have to actually play this game to progress? Because I found that nonsense, to be honest with you. It's imbalanced, this game. I just don't really fancy playing it. I want to go and play FTL now. It's rekindled me into, oh, I should go and play FTL. I mean, I put loads of hours into that, and that's a better game than what this is, unfortunately, at the moment. I think this has the potential to be better than FTL, definitely. Of course it does, because it's got way more going on. I just think that the developer needs to hone it a little bit better, because at the moment it's all over the place, really, in a lot of areas, which is kind of sad, really, because it does look like a great game. And I'm going to come back to this after early access, once it's out of early access, once there's been a lot of feedback, once there's been a lot more people playing it and testing it, and hopefully we'll get a good interface. Binding your keys is going to be essential. Fixing the boarding technique. I think the RNG, it doesn't feel like RNG, it just feels like there's something else going on there. I don't think it's right at all. I think maybe the balance is off at the minute. The balance is off. The balance is off in this game. Clearly it's off. It's ridiculously hard at the minute. So the balance needs fixing a little bit in this game. But I've done 10 hours in it, and I've got to say that after 10 hours, it just feels not fun enough for me to keep playing it. So there you go, guys. I'm going to thumb this down at the minute, but it isn't a bad game. Don't think that it's a bad game. It just isn't. And it might well appeal to you. It really might appeal to you. But for me, having FTL in my library, this is not good enough yet. It's just not good enough. I'd rather play FTL, which is why I'm thumbing it down.